Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Skrimp Show. This is a podcast with me, also known as Josh J Squeezy, and as my Skrimp name says, Big Skrimp. And as we have here, Ty, aka Newt Newt, aka Skrimp God. Say hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't know how to really
that's
talk,
me.
but yeah. Welcome to our podcast, and Ty will explain to you
Yeah,
what
we're
this
gonna
podcast is
do this
about.
thing. We're gonna like talk on it and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Talk about
Wait, we were
stories we
talking on it.
have. Yeah.
I thought we were just sitting in silence and jacking off.
You want to?
I mean, we've already done that before. I don't really think that. I mean, now that I think about it, they might rather hear us talk.
You think?
Maybe.
You sure?
Yeah, except for it is fun.
Okay, so
I mean, we
we're
could
just gonna
like
talk
later, like
and
after we're done
chat.
recording, you know.
We'll have guests on as the podcast goes on. One of our friends that's gonna be
Can we have Jim Carrey?
okay, shut the fuck up. It's gonna be like a semi-consistent member. He is in Germany right now, so like he's in school. It's 2 a.m. at the moment. We're recording this, by the way.
Auschwitz.
Okay.
Sorry.
And
Go on.
yeah, so he'll be on sometimes. We'll have other people on randomly. It'll very rarely just be me and Josh doing the podcast, but it's just the first episode we're starting off here. So we're just gonna talk and
What are we
give our
gonna?
opinions
What?
about certain things,
Yeah.
tell stories, you know,
Yeah.
just get a little bit of chatting in,
Yeah.
just whatever.
So, as you can see, this beautifully made design logo I made. I must say I did it all by myself,
Yeah,
without
it
any
only
help.
took a brief
Without
time.
without any help of a logo making website that generated it for me. I totally didn't only do the coloring in
Fuck,
the
you
background and
spent
shit.
like an hour and a half coloring in the fucking
No,
little microphone
I'm
thing
not a
behind
little.
it.
Shut the fuck up, man. Okay. You got anything you want to talk about, Ty?
Hmm?
You got anything you want to talk about?
Uh, Maybe like the fact that you could walk into any classroom at middle school and be hated by every teacher in the building.
True, true. You wanna
It's a pretty special talent
you
that you
wanna you wanna
have.
tell everybody some stories about that?
So, you know, it's a normal day, right? Teacher's in a good mood, jolly, you know, teaching, having a good
I
time.
already know where you're going with this.
Then Josh walks in, takes a seat, teacher's face drops, gets in a piss ass
Which teacher
mood.
are we talking about? What class? You need to set the
Okay,
setting for him.
especially Miss fucking Jennings, bro.
All
Miss
right, Miss
Jennings
Jennings,
fucking hated you.
explain how she looked. Explain what the class was.
Huh?
Explain what subject the class was and how Miss Jennings looks, so they
I'm
can picture it.
fucking
You know.
reading. Hang on. Anyway, okay, so what was it, like English?
It was yeah. Miss Jennings was English, and that was in what, eighth grade, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Eighth grade.
So Miss Jennings was our English teacher.
Alright.
She had a, what was it, brown or black hair?
Something like that.
It was like brown or black hair, and it was short hair. Um,
Look kind of funny.
yeah. She had that
But she
uh
hated
she had
Josh,
that
no doubt.
thickness, if you know what I mean. Not like hot thickness, like bad thickness. Like not like I'm all for, thick people, you know what I mean? Except for I'm just setting the settings so you guys can know what she looks like. Nothing against her.
And, you know,
Although no, everything against her. I fucking hated her. But anyways, go ahead, Ty.
you done with your hate speech. Jesus. There was this one time, well, it happened a lot. She would always, like, call Josh out for doing nothing. He'd be sitting there doing nothing.
Explain what happened sometimes, some other times.
Okay,
Explain
she'd
one of the
always
times.
be just snarky to Josh and, like, a little ass to him. Like,
Mhm.
one time, one of your friends or something, like, threw your pencil on the ground. And you were literally going to pick up the pencil. And I know she saw the dude throw the pencil. There's no way she fucking didn't. Right. And Josh goes and picks up the pencil, and she's like, "What are you doing out of your seat?"
What was I like? Cause I don't remember this.
All you did was just
I
act really confused every time she
Oh yeah,
talked to you.
didn't you say that? Didn't you say that whenever that happened, I literally looked. I literally.
You would
Yeah,
either look at me
no
with the
what?
face of like disgust,
Yeah,
like you
no.
wanted to
You know
punch
what?
her in the
Okay, okay,
face.
okay. Let's paint this. If you guys have ever seen the show The Office, you know after stupid something happens, how like one of the characters will like look at the camera with like a face of like what the fuck just happened, or like disgust, or like surprise on their face. That was okay. Ty was sitting not on the other side of the
I sat
room.
like behind him
Yeah,
almost, but like
behind.
in a
So
diagonal
like
way.
I actually no, I do remember this. I picked up the pencil slowly because she said that while I was bending down to pick up the pencil. So I picked up the pencil slowly. I looked at her with like a face of like, "Are you fucking crazy?" And then I turned around to Ty and just looked at him with like a face of complete and utter disgust. Like what? I was like, it was fuck. I just looked at him with like a blank expression on my
You do that
face, like
every
help me,
time. It's
like I
so
want to
great.
fucking die. And Ty just started dying laughing. And then what did I say to her? I said I literally said like this. This is what I said. This is how I said it every time when I was doing something that I shouldn't get in trouble. I was like I was just picking up my pencil. She's like, I don't care what you're doing. You're not supposed to be out of your seat, Josh. Or she said
She
per
always like
year.
threatened you with ISS,
I
dude.
know.
Nah, Miss Aguiar said Purrier. Miss Aguiar always said Purrier.
Yeah, except for Miss Jennings said it that time. She's like, I don't care per year. God damn.
Like when he was in Miss Aguiar's class, which is social studies, he was like putting his headphones in his pocket or
Yeah,
something.
my what happened was my headphones were all
Tangled.
no, they were like really tangled and like they were like coming out of my pocket kind of for some reason. So I took them out of my pocket, I untangled them, then I folded them neatly so they wouldn't get all tangled. So I'd have to fucking do loop de loop and shoot, and shoes
Yeah.
are looking cool type shit to them. So I was untangling them. And as soon as I was putting them back in my pocket, what you can tell this from your point of view.
Right. So I sit like across from him in that class, almost like side by side, but like all the way across the room. And he's just like looking down, putting them in his pocket. And Miss Aguiar just goes, Josh, if I see those headphones one more time, I'm gonna take them. Like as he's shoving them in his pocket, not even like taking them out. You can tell that he's just putting them in his pocket.
I wasn't
And
using them
Josh just
beforehand or anything.
Josh looks at the floor. He like semi shakes his head a little bit, like what the fuck? And then he looks up at me. Confused and angry.
And then what happened?
Oh.
What happened? What happened at like? What, did I say anything, or did she say anything, or was that just it?
No, usually when someone the teacher said anything to you, you just didn't say anything.
I literally just looked at you.
You just look confused.
I just looked really confused and looked around the class to see everybody's expressions, and like most of the people were laughing because they realized that I didn't do anything wrong. And I usually just after I was done looking at them and the teacher, I would just turn to Ty with like, "Help me, I
Who
want
was
to
our
die."
other teacher? Miss
We
Nash
had
and
Miss A.
who's the other one?
Miss A taught math and social studies,
Well, she taught
right?
like
Or she taught like
yeah, she
a
taught like the
certain
regular math
yeah
and then
she
social.
yeah. And
Miss
I was in
Nash
both of those.
taught
Miss Nash taught
science and high math,
science and high math, and Miss
or like
Jennings
math one or some
yeah,
shit.
and Miss Jennings taught ELA.
Yeah.
So have any other times? Cause
Miss
I
Jennings was
can
an
think of some.
asshole.
Can I tell one?
Yeah.
This is another pencil throwing story. So this is way back in 6th grade. Okay,
Miss Jeffries.
yeah, Miss Jeffries. This is the
Oh, I have
worst
one after.
teacher. The worst teacher out of all
Nah,
grades.
I'd say Miss Jennings. Dude.
Well, I mean, Miss Jennings. Honestly, me and her, like, I don't think she actually hated me. Like, me and her,
She didn't like me
she
either.
didn't like me. Except I don't think she hated me because, like, honestly, me and her would have some like really actually cool moments where she was like a cool teacher to me, and but most of the time she fucking hated me. But we would have some moments where she would like joke around with me or something, and I would actually be like, wait, she's kind of nice. But then whenever she would do something stupid and get me in trouble for no reason, I'd be like, ah, fuck you, bitch, you know. But Miss Jeffries, she was just mean in general. Not to everybody, but
Nah,
most everybody.
she was the teacher that picked favorite
Yeah. No, that was Miss
and like
Haynes.
made it very obvious.
That was Miss Haynes.
No, Miss
Yeah.
Haynes was like semi equal to everyone.
No, Miss Haynes
She
picked
no,
Nick
she
and
had
Michael.
favorites though, but Miss
Nick,
Haynes
Rico, and
had a
Michael.
system. She had a system where she had favorites, but she still liked everyone else.
Mhm.
Miss Jeffries, she had favorites and hated everyone
Yeah,
else.
yeah. So basically, who did I sit with on this table? I think I sat with. I think. I think I sat with Parker Watkins, which is a very tall kid, glasses, you know, and John DeMeo. I think was at this
Wait, was
table.
Parker even there in sixth grade?
No, actually, never mind. It wasn't Parker. It was. I don't really know, but there was this kid, Shane Murphy. Remember Shane Murphy?
No.
He had glasses. He left like a seventh grade or sixth grade. Basically, he sat at my table. Me and him weren't like good friends, but we were still like that friend type where we would like fuck around with each other for no reason. But we weren't like friends. You know what I mean? Like we kind of were just like people that fucked with each other. You know what I mean? But anyways, he like took my pencil and Miss Jeffries hated me. Like I could tell I was her least favorite because I used to write diss
No, no,
tracks.
she hated Avery a lot too.
No, she hated me way more. Trust me. I
Oh
used to
no,
write
man.
diss tracks in sixth and seventh grade for money. For whenever somebody had beef with somebody, they would pay me to write diss tracks on the other person for them. So I was writing one in class, and Miss Jeffries took it upon herself to tell the whole entire class, Josh, your raps suck. You're not gonna go anywhere in life with this. Literally,
Man, look at you now.
and yeah, exactly, man. And literally in front of the whole class, everybody just turned to me and started fucking laughing, and I was so embarrassed. That actually like hurt my feelings. Like that. No, like actually, like that was actually a really fucked up thing to say. Like that, because like I was actually passionate about that shit, you know. And like my diss tracks were good, and like she just like that shit like actually hurt my feelings. Like it was so fucked up. It did, man. And basically, that wasn't the story I was telling, but that's just an example of how much she fucking hates me. All right. So she took or Shane Murphy sat at the same table as me. He took my pencil and threw it to the other side of the desk to where I couldn't reach it with my feet, like under the table to bring it back, you know. So I literally got on my knees. I crawled under my desk to reach for the pencil really quick. And Miss Jeffrey said, "Josh, what are you doing on the floor? Get up. You're going to ISS." And
She, dude.
she sent me to ISS, in school suspension, for picking up my pencil. Like she wasn't like Miss Jennings where she just like, Josh, you need to pick up.
She threw
You can't do
around
that.
ISS so
I
much.
know.
That's who the teacher was. She threatened ISS with everyone
Mhm. Like she just
for
gave me
nothing.
ISS for that.
It would people that got up and sharpened their pencil. She threatened ISS with,
Yeah, I know, but she just
and she
gave
did
it to
that
me.
shit all the
She didn't
time.
warn me any of the time. She warned me like the first few weeks of school, but ever since that, no warnings. She just always sent me to ISS for.
You'd get there, you'd be like, "Yeah, I just picked up my pencil."
Do you have any other stories about teachers that were hating on me?
um, no, I wasn't in many classes with you.
Let me try to think of one. Um, I
Do you
remember this.
remember the
What?
Do you remember the thing in sixth grade that was like, you were only cool if you did it, you know?
Did what?
It was in Jeffrey's homeroom where you jumped out the window and then ran back around through the front.
Yes.
It's fucking.
That was so fucking hilarious. But anyways, there was this one time in eighth grade where me and Ty's friend Kristin Cole, well, me and her were talking after school was over, and I was like, "What's up,
Oh,
bitch?" Like as clear as day,
famous stuff,
bitch. Like,
yeah.
"What's up, bitch?" Like fucking with her. She was like, "What's up?" And then she turned around, and while she was saying "What's up," Miss Nash was just standing right behind me, and I just started. Both of us just started nervously, like we got right beside each other and started nervously walking away and whispering, "What the fuck?" Miss Nash was like, "Josh, Kristen," and we both turned around so slowly, with like we were both so scared, and she was just like, "Which one of you said that?" And we were like, "Oh, we don't know. It was somebody over there." And we just, I pointed to where Ty was, and and she's like, "You sure?" And we're like, "Yeah, it wasn't us." She's like, "Okay," and like,
Dude, she only believed you because Kristen was there.
mhm.
That's the only reason.
It's the only reason. 100%, because
And for
Kristen
those of
used to
you
be a
that don't
goody
know,
two shoes.
Kristen's like a little straight A, perfect student,
Yeah,
teacher's pet.
and she
You
used to
know,
be like never getting in trouble,
still kind of is.
well, yeah, but then she started hanging out with me and you and our friend group in eighth grade, and then she kind of started getting into more trouble. Wasn't as bad,
Not really.
to where she was like riding Mr. Kipler's cock, But
Okay, what the fuck?
literally, bro, she's sucked up to all the fucking teachers, bro. Dick riding. But anyways, there's this one time when I was in Miss Haynes' class, which is probably the nicest teacher. What?
Yeah,
Let me
that's
let
a
me
fun
think.
class.
Isn't wasn't Miss Haynes like the nicest teacher out of all of our middle school teachers?
Yeah,
Yeah, Miss
just
Haynes
I
was
don't know.
nice, except for the one thing I didn't like about her was that she clearly had favorites. She liked this kid Nick DeRico and Michael Keller,
Adam, bro.
Adam
Well,
Joseph.
no, were you in
She
the class with Adam Joseph too?
no, I don't. I was in her
Bro,
last period class.
no. Dude, her favorites, literally favorite students was Ariane and Joseph,
Yeah,
no doubt.
like yeah, and then in my class it was Michael Keller and Nick DeRico. But anyways, what was it? Oh yeah, we were playing this game in front of the class, in like where we like stood up and we answered a question or something. It was one of those stupid games, you know. And like I answered the
Yeah.
question wrong, and she's like, "Trigger, you're wrong. Sit down." You know. So I was like, "All right," cause I lost. But then to be funny, I was just joking. I was like, "I'm gonna kill myself."
Oh, I
before
remember this.
before I sat down. She's like, "You know what, Prayer? That's it. You're going to guidance counselor." And I was like, "Wait, what? I was just kidding." She's like, "It doesn't matter. I have to do it." I'm like, but I was kidding. She's like, "It doesn't matter." And I was like freaking the fuck out. I was like, "Fuck." So, and that was literally like 1 minute before the last bell rung, and when we got to leave. So I immediately when the bell rung, I ran to the carpool with Ty, and I started fucking hiding from her, you know. And she just came
Oh,
out looking for me, and Ty was there. Weren't you there when she found me?
yeah,
What happened from your
you were
point of
just
view?
hiding like around. You were trying to hide around
Mhm.
fucking other people at carpool.
Mhm.
And she just walked right around us, and you were just fucking sitting there.
And she
And
brought
she
me.
took you in and made you go to the
Yeah,
fucking
and I
guidance
made
counselor.
and it was really awkward because it was like two people, and they're like, suicide isn't a joke, and I was like, yeah,
Suicide is not a
I was like,
joke,
yeah,
Joshua.
yeah, I know. Even though literally everybody says that they're gonna kill themselves as a joke in the hall, it's totally not a joke in the school. They're like, you know it's not a joke, right? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suicide isn't a joke. Don't kill yourself, people. It's fucked up. No, but no, like seriously, don't kill yourself. You know. But like, if you joke around and say I'm gonna kill myself as a joke, it's funny. Not if you like do it repeatedly, but like once in a blue moon, if you say I'm gonna fucking kill myself, you know, if you fuck up on something in front of your friends and they know that you're joking, it's all right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure everybody has done that once. Except when you do it in school, don't ever do that in school. Like around teachers. Because they will send your ass to the guidance counselor so fucking quick, no remorse, because they think you're not joking. Or they might know you're joking. I think Miss Haynes did. But she still sent me, because they kind of have to. You know? Basically, the guidance counselors, it was just really awkward. Then they had to call my mom and make her come get me from the guidance counselor's office. My mom came in, "Josh, what the fuck's wrong with you?" I was like, "I was just joking." She's like, "I know, but like, why would you do that in front of your
Like, what
teacher?
the fuck?
Fine, make me come up here, bitch." It's like, "Sorry." And that's that story. Another one is Jonathan Braswell, our other host. Lives in Germany now. He used to go to that school with us, and he used to be in Miss Haynes' class with me, in seventh grade. And we got removed from the table with each other. And whenever we had like group projects, I would always go to him, and we'd fucking do them together. Except for this one group project, we had to write like a song or something. And obviously, Jay Squeezy, famous rapper right here, we wrote a rap song, and I had to sing it in front of the whole class, and it was actually fucking fire. And it was like, yeah, the British colony of 1887, they killed those bitches like 9/11, like it was something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
School friendly,
Yeah,
clearly.
definitely. Yeah, you got anything to? How long do you think this podcast has been so far? I forgot to put up a timer.
It's been like 33 minutes.
Yeah.
30, no, almost 40 minutes.
You wanna keep going?
Yeah.
All right, man. What do you wanna do? What do you wanna do? Oh, do you wanna tell any story, man?
Hmm.
I've kind of been telling all the stories.
Hmm.
You got anything?
Hmm.
Why don't you tell about Why don't you tell about Gang Gang?
Ew. Was that sixth or seventh or
That was
both?
7th.
So
That was
fucking
7th and the first part of
God.
8th.
Ugh. Seventh. Okay. Seventh grade. It's fucking a group of us. I don't remember all who was in it. It was a
Was
lot of people.
I know for a
What?
fact
Adam?
it was
You?
me, you, Adam Joseph, Michael Chacon, Sutton, Jose, Will, Aerith. Um, I think that's it. There's probably like a couple more people that we forgot. Except for that was like
Yeah.
I think
And
Logan was in
the
it.
stupid ass. We made this
Michael Keller.
dumbass
Um,
symbol for
yeah,
our
we had this
fucking
like gang
group.
sign in our gang. Okay, get this. The name of our gang was Gang Gang. And we had the most basic ass gang symbol that like all our rappers do.
Yeah.
It's where it's where you put
You did like the
your
rock symbol and then put
yeah
your both your hands
it's where
together.
it's where you put your middle finger and your ring finger down, and you just have your pointer finger, your pinky finger, and your thumb out, and that was
And
the
didn't we change
and then
it
we
at one
yeah
point?
but the gang sign, that wasn't the gang sign. The gang sign is when you did that with both your hands, then smacked your hands together from the side. It was like
And
gang
then
gang,
said,
and then we changed the symbol to I forgot what the change symbol
you
was.
just held your ring finger down with your thumb, and your index, middle, and pinky finger were up.
Yeah.
That's what it was,
So
I think. I
yeah,
don't know.
so we did that. But anyways, you talking about gang gang, man?
So, we're just sick new gang group, right? The
Wait,
coolest
can I
kids
say
on the block,
can I just say
you know?
this? Can I just say something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
we're the
for it.
coolest gang, you know. You want to tell us what our gang did for
We-
fun? No, let me say. Our gang.
This was basically all we did, too. Or no, there's another thing we did, but this is like,
This shows how fucked
we
up
did this
was.
like every day at the end of
We
school or
rode
like in the
the
middle.
disability elevator
Yeah, that's all we did.
without
Well, not all we
permission.
did, but that was like one of the main things. We would just get on the elevator
After PE
and
too.
then go down.
It was near PE. It was yeah, like it
Yeah.
was like near the PE. After PE, we would always do it, and after school, we would always do it, and like in between
And
periods.
then if no one
like,
was in
during
there that
periods.
had like an injury or something,
Yeah.
and we got caught, either people would like hide up against the walls of the elevator, or someone would be like, "Yeah, bro, my ankle hurts." We were just helping him out. And he'd like fake limp
remember
out
this
of the
one time-
elevator, and then like 6 guys would walk out with him. Like, yeah, we're just helping him.
Yeah, I remember this one time me and Sutton wrote it. Like this was during a period. Like we weren't skipping except for we said that we had to go to the bathroom, and we both just met each other and we were like, "Hey man, what's up? You wanna go fucking gang this shit?" He's like, "Hell yeah." So we were riding like I think we did it like 10 times, like up and down. Like it was a good run. And then when the elevator door opened, we both fucking saw Mr. Kipler, which is it was the 7th grade principal. It wasn't the
It was
principal
like
for
the
the school.
7th grade. If you got in trouble, your ass went to him.
Yeah, it wouldn't go to the school
Put it that
principal,
way.
Yeah, and then they had a 6th grade and 8th grade principal, but he was our 7th grade, and then next year he was our 8th grade principal. But
Yeah.
anyways, he was just standing there, and I fucking ninja'd that shit. I went right towards the fucking wall near to the buttons and fucking got so thin. I literally breathed
Joshua
in.
lost like 20 pounds.
Yeah,
in that
I
moment.
literally breathed in so my stomach wouldn't show or any like I had to squeeze in so thin so he wouldn't. But basically, he saw Sutton and he's like, "Is anybody else in there?" Sutton, fuck you. I mean, what?
I thought he took the
No,
phone.
no, yeah, he did. No, and no, Sutton, I fucking love you. I didn't mean to say fuck you. I love you, bro. He said, no, there's nobody else in there, man. And he's like, all right. And then the elevator doors closed, and I was like, holy fuck. This is fucking hilarious,
Bro, what if they opened up top and you walked out, and then they were walking up the
Yeah,
stairs
that's
right
what
in front
happened.
of it?
It opened downstairs, and they were doing that,
joking.
and Mr. Kipler came right towards the elevator, right in front of it, and I was just on the side, being thin as fuck, and Sutton, I think Sutton started running down the hall to make Mr. Kipler get away from the elevator. Like he started making running noises with his feet, and then Mr. Kipler turned and Sutton just laughed like he was fucking with him, like playing a prank on him or something, so he wouldn't get in trouble. So basically, then the elevator door went back up, and I was like, "Holy fucking shit, I'm a ninja," type shit. I remember this one time, this disabled guy, like literally it was like 10 people in the elevator when Mr. Kipler was there, and we're like, "Oh, we're just helping our friend out, man." He had like a broken leg. 10 people come out of the elevator with him.
Remember when we got on with this random ass girl on bitches?
Mhm.
And it was like you couldn't move in there. There was people.
Yeah. It was
It was
fuck.
fucking stupid. And we got caught at the there was someone waiting for us down there. We're like, yeah, we're just fucking like 10 people exit the elevator, and no one like pays attention to her at all.
Yeah. All right, you wanna tell them
The
the other
other
thing
thing,
again,
the other
gang?
thing we did is the auditorium.
Tell them what the
During like
auditorium is supposed to be used for
during
and
like
shit.
our break time, I guess during the day, we got to
No,
try whatever.
we had this. It was what was it? It
I
was
don't know what it's
after
fucking called,
first or
dude.
second period, wasn't it? It was
It was
after
after
first.
first period,
After first period,
and it
we
was
had
like
like
30
a
or 40 minutes.
30 or 40 minute span to where if we needed help in a
You could
class,
study or do homework
yeah,
or
and the auditorium was
read.
if we needed to read for a class. So we all,
Dude, that
obviously
was
the
the
auditorium
best.
was like the best class to go to for
Yeah,
electives, because you could just whisper with your friends all the time, most
and
of the time at least.
there's
And
it
there's
started off it started off with just a bunch of us going in there and sitting randomly and just making moaning noises and the penis game. That's what it started off as. It was really
and
fun.
then
And then we got tennis
yeah,
balls.
from the the bottom. Okay, if you guys remember from elementary or middle school, there on the bottom of the chairs, the teachers would put tennis balls, and we would always take the tennis balls off and bring them into the auditorium with us
Bro,
and
do you
chuck
Michael
them
Chacon
around.
had his gym bag full of them
Yeah,
at
I
one
know,
point.
I know. You wanna and basically, do you wanna tell them the story about the one fucking Michael Chacon
I
story with the tennis ball?
I will. I'll get to that.
That was
But
fucking
we would throw them around at each other
hilarious.
and like catch them and shit. And okay, there's two things Michael did. One of them was, well, he didn't do this one, but I think Adam, like Michael was like, yo, throw it. And Adam threw it, and he threw it as soon as Michael like turned his head away. And then Michael looked back, and that ball fucking nailed him in the face. Like, and Michael like fell on the floor, and it was so loud because the auditorium's dead silent when this happens. So you just hear the hit of the ball, and then he just like falls on the floor.
Yeah, the auditorium is dead silent because you're not supposed to talk because everybody's reading.
Oh. And the other thing he did was
What? What's the other thing? You never told me what the other thing.
he took the ball and he threw it, but he hit the teacher.
Oh yeah.
There's a teacher that sits on the stage usually, and then there's a row of chairs in front of her, and he threw it, and it fucking hit the teacher.
Fucking hell,
And a
that's-
bunch of times people threw it, and it would like fly by the teacher's head,
Yeah,
and she'd get so pissed.
I know.
Oh my god, it
I
was
know,
so
bro.
funny though.
That
It was worth
fucking
it.
hilarious.
Yeah,
That
it was
class
the
was.
best.
That class was
Bro,
fucking great.
when he hit the teacher, it was the best.
I know.
Cause I don't think he meant to. I think he meant to throw it near her.
Mhm.
And there was one time someone threw it, but it like hit the chair, and it bounced way up in the air and like hit some random ass girl on the head.
Wasn't it Will's sister? And Will's sister like
Was
gave it
it?
back to us.
I don't remember.
I
who
remember
it
this
was.
one time that I don't know if it hit her or not, but it's probably not the same story you're talking about. But the tennis ball was near Will's sister, and it was like
I know.
Will was like I
we
forgot her
hit
name,
someone
but
else
I
as
forgot
well.
her name, but Will was like blah blah, blah her name, you know, and he was like
Nah,
throw
we
us the
hit this
ball,
white
and
girl.
Will's sister
It
gave it
wasn't-
to us. Oh yeah, that I remember that dude. She was a bitch.
She was there like fucking reading a little preppy ass, and then the ball like hit her fucking book or some shit, and she was like, "The fuck is this?"
Speaking of
Like,
preppy white
she
girls
didn't
getting
say
mad.
She didn't say it, but like you could just tell in her face. She was like so confused with what just happened.
Speaking of
Like-
preppy ass white girls getting mad when things get thrown at them, you know where I'm going with this, don't you? You can. This is your story
No.
to tell since.
I don't know.
Remember when we threw we are getting drenched in grapes and raisins.
Oh my fucking god, dude!
Giving them the
Fuck.
backstory behind what we used to do in lunch and tell them what happened.
Every day at lunch, we used to like pop ranch packets or sauce packets at each other. But we kind of got bored of that, I guess, or something. And we were like flicking grapes and raisins across the table at each other. This group of girls that sat like behind us, I guess, or in front of. It was in front of me, but behind like Josh.
And one of the girls hated us. It was Taylor.
Well,
Esser,
no, it
wasn't
was fucking Taylor Esser. Just didn't like me. We just didn't get
Yeah.
along. But it was like a. I don't remember who the
Wasn't it
fuck was
Katie and Taylor?
Yeah, it was Katie and Taylor that did it, but there was a bunch of there was like a huge
Yeah,
group
I
of girls
know.
there.
I know.
And we were
That was
flicking
funny.
shit. And one of the fucking grapes, I think, hit Katie's fucking back or something. And one of the raisins hit someone else.
Taylor.
And
It
like,
hit Taylor.
did it?
Yeah, definitely. Because she was
And-
the one that told the teacher, wasn't she?
I think it happened more than once because I don't.
I think what happened was we knew that I think didn't they like turn to us and yell at us to stop, and then we
Yeah.
kept doing it to
But
piss
keep
them
in
off.
mind, this happened, I think, like, because we always flicked food.
Mhm.
And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it did it on purpose, but but like we were always like throwing food everywhere when we went to lunch. It was just fun. We'd
Mm.
flick it at each other, and it hit random people sometimes because we'd like overthrow it or some shit. And they usually sat like near us for that quarter or some shit until we had like
And usually the people
what's
it
it
would hit,
called,
they
a
wouldn't really
break.
give a shit, you know, or they
Yeah,
wouldn't even
usually
know it
people
was
wouldn't care. They
us.
think it's funny, or whatever, or they throw it back.
Yeah.
But like we did that constantly for like a few weeks probably, and they were just like not having it that day, dude. We flicked like a few grapes and a raisin. Motherfuckers like
And,
shot up out of their
and let's
seats.
just say this: we were flicking at each other too. So
Yeah.
our under our table there were so many
Under-
grapes and raisins. Just keep that in mind. That goes for later in the
Yeah,
story.
under and around us is just grapes and
Like tons of them.
they like sprung up. I think it was the grape that made them do it. 'Cause I hit one of them like square in the back.
It bursted
Oh
with
yeah.
all the grape juice.
I hit one of them like square in the back with a grape. I didn't mean to. I probably did. But
What happened?
and,
What happened?
and they like sprung up and fucking went to the teachers at the end of the table and were like, "We're getting drenched in grapes and raisins."
We are getting drenched in grapes and raisins.
Keep in mind, we don't hate these people.
No.
Or Katie and Ted. Like, we didn't care. We were friends. And the teachers come over and they look at the floor and it's just fucking covered
and
in
then,
grapes.
and then Jonathan was there at that time, and what teacher it was? I think it was like Miss Nash and Miss Jennings.
I thought it was Haynes.
Probably. No, I don't. It wasn't Miss Haynes.
It was seventh.
I don't. I think it was. I thought it was.
It was seventh.
I thought it was Miss Nash.
Oh, she was there in seventh too.
Yeah, I think.
Or
It
no,
was,
she was there in sixth.
It was.
Fuck it.
Fuck
Okay,
it,
teacher
yeah.
don't matter.
Teacher came up. She was like She's like.
He wants to write an
Katie-
apology
Yeah,
letter.
yeah. She's like, Katie and Taylor tell us that they're getting drenched in grapes and raisins, and Jonathan just he slowly looks down at the ground and looks back up at her, and he's like, it's funny. It made me fucking die. He looks down at the ground near our table where there's tons of grapes and raisins. You can clearly tell it's us, the most obvious thing
Yeah.
ever. And then he just slowly looks back up. He's like, we aren't throwing any grapes and raisins. I started fucking dying laughing.
That shit's everywhere on the floor.
And
And they wanted us to write some fucking apology letter.
we cleaned it up.
No. We didn't write an apology letter.
No, but they made us clean it up and
They made us clean that shit up.
didn't they make
and-
us apologize
yeah.
to him though?
I didn't apologize.
Yeah, me neither. But I think that they
Or
made,
I might have. I don't know.
I don't really remember that much in detail except for like, dude, when Jonathan slowly looked at the ground and slowly looked back up, we didn't throw anything.
Like, we didn't do anything. Fuck, dude. Remember when we popped that fucking ranch packet? And there's like two big ass rows of tables
yes.
on one side, and then on the other side there's like a one big fucking table.
And when those ranch
And we
packets
were on the
popped,
two, and we popped it, and it flew all the way because there's a big gap between the tables, so you can like fucking walk. And it fucking popped, and it flew to the other fucking table and like hit someone on the back of their hair.
Yeah, and on me, the ranch got all over my fucking glasses, and
Yeah,
I
it
couldn't
got
clean
all
it.
over fucking.
I
or
couldn't
no,
clean that
it was,
shit.
Yeah, it was shot.
I could
So
not
when
clean
he
that
looked
shit off.
back, it was just a ranch
was-
all over his face.
And
And
yeah,
then that person turned
it looked like cum.
and looked at Josh.
We literally, wasn't it Lania?
Dude,
It
she
was
was in our
Lania,
fucking.
wasn't
I
it?
don't know. It happened to a bunch of
Yeah,
people.
yeah, but they also literally like 3 people turned around and just stared at me because it looked like I had fucking cum all over my face, like I just got jerked off by a Mexican hooker. But like,
Yeah.
like everybody just looked at me with the most disgusted face. I was like,
Dude,
I,
it was
I,
so
I,
funny.
the funniest thing, dude, Ty fucking died laughing after this. Like he could tell everybody was looking at me, and then he just looked at me. I'm sure he did, and I just looked all of them dead in the eyes, and I was just like, what?
It wasn't me, dude.
No, I didn't even say that. I was just like, what?
I know. I wish he did though.
I was like, what?
Dude.
And they're like, what
What-
do you mean, what? And I was like, what?
What? what was funny about it is like the majority of the time we flicked like raisins. That was like the thing I did.
Mhm.
I did that the most out of everyone.
Mhm.
But whenever it hit other people, they wouldn't say anything. They just look at you
I know.
like I want to kill you, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Mhm.
And it was the funniest shit because a lot of the time we'd flick it and then just act completely normal, like we're having a normal conversation. They'd look back and like we wouldn't even pay any attention to them.
Yeah.
But like we'd glance to see, and they'd be like, "Where the fuck did that come from?" And they just wouldn't know
Yeah. That shit was fucking funny, dude.
until I did it to this one person. I'm trying to think of who it was. They weren't on our track, but I did it to them like every day because they sat in the vicinity of me.
Mhm.
And they finally they had one of their friends opposite side just stare and just wait for the raisin because they knew it was gonna happen. I did it every single day just to piss them off, and they fucking got me, dude. And then she just looked at me like she gave me like a 4 to 5 second stare as she was like pulling it out of her hair.
It got
Her
stuck in her
friend
hair.
behind her. Yeah, dude, my aim ain't the best, right?
What
I'm
happened?
just fucking vibing. And her and her friend just turned around and just gave me this look like, if you do it one more time, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
It's fucking funny.
Fuck, I love it. Or a lot of the times people would throw it back at you
Yeah.
if they saw you do it. It was the best.
Yeah.
I remember that happened a few times and we like dodged it and it hit the person behind us. And
Yes.
then it would just be really awkward because they'd turn around and the other person on the other side would be facing them.
Yeah.
They'd
That's
just
what happened
be
with
so
the ranch
confused.
packet, cause like, wasn't Ryan Hill or not? It was Ryan Matta, the one that popped the ranch packet when it got all over me and those other people, and he was sitting
Remember-
back turned to everybody, and I was sitting face turned to everybody, and it
Oh,
got
that's
all
the
over them, and all of them just
worst,
looked at me because I had the ranch all over me, and they all thought it was fucking me, dude. And Ryan was just fucking dying.
There was one time
laughing.
it got over Chris too, because Eli popped that shit and it like went sideways and fucking
Yeah.
hit Chris.
Yeah. And I have another story to tell. It was in
Mhm.
Miss A's math class.
Mhm.
This is when that Ray Shremmerd song, that girl
Fuck
is
you.
a real crowd pleaser. You know when everybody would freeze, the mannequin challenge. I'm sure you guys remember what it is. I don't know if I started it. I think I did, but no, I
So you
probably
started Manic Child Part?
no, not that. But I probably didn't. But I don't know. I remember I helped spread it. But basically, in our fourth period math class, I think it was fourth or third or something, we all planned on Snapchat, and like the people that didn't have Snapchat, we just told them that day, we're all gonna do the mannequin challenge and just freeze and not say anything, not move anything, not do anything. I think it was like 11 p.m., something like that, right? Because it was like an easy
PM.
number, or no,
AM,
not
huh?
AM. But it was just an easier number to remember. And Miss A, that day, she like we were already pissing her off. Like that class was like super rowdy that day for some reason, and like she was already really pissed off. And when 11:11, when that time came, she was already giving us a speech and yelling at us because we were doing something stupid, and all of us just froze. And I was the only one that kind of didn't freeze because I was the recorder, you know. I recorded that shit and posted it on Snapchat. But anyways, I still kind of froze. It's just my arms were moving under the desk because I was recording. Anyways, but everybody fucking froze, and I was just sitting there fucking chuckling under my breath so hard. Miss A was like, "What are you guys doing? What's wrong with you guys? You can't just
Did I
be doing
freeze
this in
time?"
my classroom." Because she was already giving us a fucking speech. She kept on going. And then eventually all of us just fucking broke and started laughing. And she's like, "What's so funny, huh? You think this is funny?" She just didn't realize what we were doing.
I love our class always got her mad, and then she'd give like a 20-minute speech to waste
Mhm.
time. And I loved
I
it.
know, and she's like, "We can't be wasting time." I'm like, okay. Thanks for doing
And
that.
she's like, "What? It's already time to go." She was the teacher that wouldn't let you pack up 10 seconds before the bell rung.
No.
Holy shit! I hated that.
Yeah. Sure,
Fucking
was
annoyed
horrible.
the hell out of me.
Um. Should I tell the story about how we ding-donged it to a Russian lady, or
Go for it.
how I got probably 8 weed brownies in high school and tried to sit at that table full
No,
of
just do
really
both.
fucking hot girls. All right.
Just do that.
So, I wasn't good friends with all these people, but we were pretty good friends. You know what I mean? We weren't like best friends in this friend group, but we were all like we were all like the bad kids, kind of, and we would just do stupid shit
Mhm.
and get in trouble a lot, right?
Bad boy.
No, it wasn't like bad, like we would fucking fight teachers, but it was like we would do stupid shit and get in trouble. You know what I mean? Like retards.
Oh.
It was me, Michael Chacon, Sutton, Aerith, Will, Thomas Jackson. Who's the fucker that snitched? It wasn't Thomas. I don't know. One person snitched. I forgot. It was like it was like 12 people, right? I don't remember all their names because it's kind of like a faint kind of memory of like who actually did it. But basically,
Yeah.
what did that Russian lady even do? Can you tell them about the Russian lady? Because that's like the starter of the
She was
story.
like an interpreter or some shit.
She was just
She was like an
tall ass
observant.
blur.
Observant. She
Yeah.
she like observed the teachers or something, and
hmm
she was like a counselor or some
She
shit.
was tall ass blonde Russian lady, and she was always a bitch
She
when
sat
she
in the
came to
damn
class to us.
classroom random times and
She,
just like wrote shit down.
yeah, she always was
Had a
a
big ass chin.
B to me. And
Just whatever.
basically, okay, you guys probably had these outside of your school when you were in middle school, or if you are in middle school, and
No, I didn't go to middle school.
no, shut the fuck up. And there's like trailers out of the classes. Our trailers consisted of teachers that didn't like teach classes, but like were like her, like an interpreter or whatever she did. I'm pretty sure that she did teach one class, but
She subbed,
and
I
some of
think,
our
once or twice.
elective some of our health classes and some of our elective classes were in trailers, right? And
Yup.
my elective teacher was really nice, and we and she was in a trailer, and this blonde Russian. Okay, let me just set the setting for you. Okay, when you walk outside, there's a pathway, right? And after the pathway is finished, you can either go left, and if you keep going left, there's like a second entrance to the school, and it brings you to the elective hall. And if you go right, you can go to the health trailers or get inside near the gym, right? But on that pathway, not if you turn left, but if you look to the left before the pathway like finishes, there's like I think it was like 6 or 8 trailers. It was 3 or 4 trailers in one line, and then next to them on the other side there was 3 or 4 more trailers. My elective teacher was on the first row. It was the last trailer in the first row.
Mm-hmm.
And the blonde lady that all of our friends were planning to ding dong ditch, we were planning on knocking on her door and fucking running, because she was always mean to
At school.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. But anyways, we found her trailer. Her trailer was on the second row, the last trailer. So it was basically right beside my elective teachers. And I'm guessing that my elective teacher heard what we were doing or heard us running or something. But basically, we smashed the fuck out of her door so she would definitely know, right? And then we fucking ran so fast, and you could hear her yelling, "What is it?" You know, and "What is it, man?" But anyways, we did that, and we all fucking ran so fast, and I was leading the pack with like running, like I was in front, and like I got really shook and like stopped for a second because we were about to get to the door to go inside, except for my elective teacher came out of her trailer and looked at us, and she was like, "Hey, stop." And I looked at her for a second. We like made eye contact. I was like, "Fuck," you know what I mean? I kind of just like I kept going, but I wasn't running, and I turned around. You know, I was kind of like hopping, but everybody was like, "Keep going, because they all started slowing down. Because I was like, "Fuck!" And I started running. Opened the door. We all ran so fast back upstairs to our classes, right? But then fucking Mr. Kipler knocked on all the doors and took us in. And somebody snitched on all of us. I think Mr. Kipler took Thomas Jackson and one other person. I know Thomas didn't snitch, but the other person that was with Thomas snitched. I don't really know, but it took. I think that Mr. Kipler then took. I know it was me, Michael Cole, Sutton, and I think it was either Aerith, tall Mexican dude, really nice, or Will, same height Mexican dude as me, like regular, like, but he was also really nice. Really nice people. We were just all fucking stupid, and we did stupid shit. Anyways, we did that, and fucking voice crack, yeah, it's voice crack central here. Anyways, we did that, and he took us into his office. He's like, "Do you guys know why we're here?" And we all looked at each other and we're like, "No," being fucking retarded. And he basically just interrogated us, and he's like, "You know how I know that it was you guys?" And we're like, "What did we do?" trying to play stupid. Funniest thing ever. He pulled out a security camera printed picture of like 12 of us
Bro, you
just
should have been like, that ain't me.
just full speed running away from the trailers. And we all like made eye contact and literally turned away from him so he wouldn't get mad at us for that. We all started fucking dying laughing like it was tight. Remember yesterday when you texted me and I started dying laughing when Kristin was in Discord with us and I started fucking dying laughing?
Yeah.
It was harder than that. Like it was like
Really?
yeah, like all of us. We were like because of how fucking stupid it was like a big group of it was like 12, 13, 15 people all fucking sprinting, you know what I mean? Pretty sure there were some people in there that I didn't even know that weren't in our track, you know? Except for like
Random
anyways.
ass people.
Anyways, we all started fucking dying laughing. Mr. was like, "This is not a fucking laughing matter." He didn't say fucking, but he was like, "This is not a laughing matter." Blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna send you guys the ISS, but you guys do have silent lunch. And I was like, we were like, "Oh, thank you so much," you know? But anyways, after school was over, Michael Chacon tried to sneak into his office to get the security cam picture to post it on his Instagram. And I tried to help him with it, except for it was just, I was too risky, you know. I don't want to sneak into the fucking 7th grade principal's office. I think I did try to help him, like, be a lookout or something. Except for, it didn't work, because he couldn't find it. Except for, that was just one of the funniest things. What do you think about that, Ty? What do you think?
Mm.
You think that's a good story?
You should have asked him for the picture.
I think we did. And he obviously said no.
Should have paid him for it.
Yeah.
We're gonna end the podcast here.
Here?
Yeah.
Alright. Wait. This has been the Skrimp Show. And we will be coming, I know this episode's gonna be a bit early.
We don't know
We don't know
schedule
a
we're gonna
day.
upload.
We're probably gonna
But it's
try.
not gonna be like a month apart from
Yeah,
each
it's
thing.
probably
It's gonna
gonna
be
be-
probably multiple times a week or
Yeah,
once a week.
Probably gonna be like 2 or 3 times a week, including
Or
weekends.
once. Probably.
Yeah,
But,
something like that. But this has been the Skrimp Show.
Yeah, go for it.
Why did the viewers watch our podcast?
They didn't.
That's what I was gonna say. Thank you for watching. If you did, if you made it to the
Yeah.
end, I love you, and I'm gonna give you my firstborn. That's a promise I'm ready to keep. I'm willing to keep.
Kristen's gonna watch it.
Fuck. Any person that is not a psychopath, I will give you my firstborn. Unless it's a boy. You know?
What, you saying boys can't have babies?
What? What?
What, dude?
I don't really know.
There have been pregnant men. Okay.
There have?
Yeah.
Well, they weren't men. This has been the Skrimp Show. Thank you for watching.